Polymers in biomedical engineering applications for 3D printing. This is Dr. Nimish, working in Chemical Engineering Department of Nirma University. My research area is polymer technology in diverse fields like pharmaceutical applications, biomedical applications. Today my talk is on 3D printing and polymers used for that. In pharmaceutical industry, 3D printing is nowadays highly researched topic. Pharmaceutical industry is moving ahead at a rapid rate. Modern technology has enabled the development of novel dosage form for targeted therapy. However, the fabrication of novel dosage forms at industrial scale is limited, and the industry still runs on conventional drug delivery systems, especially modified tablets. The introduction of 3D printing technology in the pharmaceutical industry has opened new horizons in research and development of printed materials and devices. Outline of today's talk, that is this. We'll see introduction, then procedure, then types of 3D printing, then some applications of 3D printing in medical field, customized implants and prostheses, anatomical models for surgical preparations, challenges and conclusion. Now let us understand what is 3D printing. A wide range of applications offered by 3D printing. It gained immense interest both in academic and industrial scale. Is the concept of three-dimensional printing technologies. Domains like aerospace, engineering, FMCG, architecture, military, fashion industry, chemical industry, medical field, and so on are by no way untouched by this technology. 3D printing has a wide range of applications like tissue design, printing of organ, diagnostic, manufacture of biomedical devices, and the design of drug and delivery systems in medical field. Complex anatomical and medical structures according to the need of patient can be fabricated, replacing and repairing the defective organs like kidney, heart, etc., or all together creating a new organ that mimic the same function as that of the original are some additional usage of this technology. A concept is transformed into prototype by taking help from 3D computer aided printing is main point behind this. There are so many opportunities one can observe in 3D printing. You can see that 3D printing plays a crucial role in formulation development, particularly for early stage drug development for use in clinical studies. This technology has the potential to overcome the issue of high drug failure rate during the early phase development, which would result in a lower cost drug development process. With the continuous advancement and improvement in currently available 3D technologies, research which results in novel drug delivery systems and dosage forms has been emerging. Hence, 3D printing in a way has opened up the possibility of creating any drug delivery system, allowing more patient-specific drugs to be developed. Generally, 3D printing industry is forecasted to be worth of $35.38 billion by 2027, whereas 3D printing for drug development and research, the current market value is approximately $278 million and is projected to be worth $522 million by 2030. The current market of 3D printing in healthcare and medical application is estimated to be worth $1.25 billion and is expected to grow to approximately $6 billion by 2027. 3D printing in pharmaceutics can also open up a multitude of opportunities as shown in the figure. In figure, there are places shown where we can apply this technology. In this technology, a concept can be transformed into prototype. The prototype can be prepared from 3D computer-aided design files, hence digitally controlled and customized product can be fabricated. This technology utilizes a bottom-up approach in which layers of material like living cells, wood, alloy, thermoplastics, metals, etc. are placed on top of each other in order to make the required 3D object. Therefore, 3D printing is also known by other terminologies such as layered manufacturing, additive manufacturing, computer automated manufacturing, rapid prototyping, or solid form technology. So these are the words used for this. Whereas in subtractive methodology or conventional method, the product is designed from the bulk substance and due to non-advanced tools used non-standard geometries and objects made from many materials cannot be made with high quality. In contrast to conventional method, three-dimensional printing technology is more automated, rapid, and easy to use, customized and sophisticated, and cost-effective too. How this 3D printing carried out? Some of the important steps shown here. The first step is you are generating virtual 3D design of an object using digital design softwares. There are many softwares like Onshape, SolidWorks, Cryoparametric, AutoCAD, Autodesk, etc. That is created. Then that virtual design file, this digital model is converted to .stl digital file format. It means that standard tessellation language or stereolithography. Triangulated facets giving information regarding the surface of 3D model that is present in the .stl file. Then this .stl file is converted into G file, which is nothing but by slicing the design into a series of 2D horizontal cross sections by help of specialized slicer software, which is installed in the 3D printer. Then this will move to next one, and the print head is moved in the XY direction to create the base. One by one, layer wise layer it will be, and then print head will be moving in Z direction. Will make addition of the layers, result in the 3D printing carried out at the end. Let me show you the video which will clear about this.
So, how do 3D printers work? Well, first we need something to print. We need to create a 3D model on a computer. There are hundreds of websites where you can find and download 3D models and print them out straight away. Or you can design your own using 3D modeling software. There's loads of software to choose from, but they all use roughly the same method. You start with a basic shape, change the size, change the shape, add shapes together and take bits away. Then, when you're happy with your finished model, you're ready for stage 2. Once you have your 3D model, it's sent to 3D printing software that scans it and then slices it into sections to help the printer understand the shape and how to print it. We're now ready to print, but first we need filament. Filament is the material that the models are printed from. You can print in any number of materials, from plastics, metal or ceramic, even chocolate. Our printer has two main moving parts, the print plate that moves up and down, and the print head that can move in any direction. The print head has a heating element, and when filament is fed into it, it heats it up so it melts. The print head then draws the outline of the first slice with the melted filament and fills it in. The plate moves down so the next slice can be printed. This continues until all the slices are printed and our model is complete.
So, this way 3D printer works. We can see that it is just a simple printer but is having capacity to move in Z direction as well. That makes this 3D printing convert into real object. Some of the major landmarks in the journey of 3D printing. In 1980s, first time this technology was patented by Hideo Kodama. Dr. Hideo Kodama was the person who introduced this technology for object preparation. Then in 1984, this stereolithography apparatus was invented. In 86, Carl Deckard invented the apparatus for producing parts by selective sintering. Then, in 89, patent was granted to Deckard. Then, FDM technology was invented in 90s. 92, first SLM machine was produced using 3D system. In 1993, 3D printing patent was granted to EM Sach. Then 96, 99, 2000, 2002, 2003, 2004, Dr. Boyer conceived the rep concept of open source self-replicating 3D printer. In 2005, 2007, 9, 11, there are so many fields covered by these 3D printers. In 2012, extrusion-based bioprinting of artificial liver was carried out. One more, that is 3D printed prosthetic jaw was implanted, and this started new path in this field. Then 2013, 2014, again in 2014 one can see that implementation of multi-arm bioprinter to integrate tissue fabrication with printed vasculature. So this tissues fabrication was carried out. In 2015, this first 3D printed pill was approved by US FDA, and that was a starting point of this kind of object acceptance by pharmaceutical industries. There are so many pharmaceutical preparations one can find out all around the world developed by 3D technology. Some are mentioned here. You can see that bi-layer tablets, multi-active tablets, then simple tablets of paracetamol, simple tablets of hydrochlorothiazide, and for that 3D printing technology used, that is also mentioned. There are different types of 3D printing technologies available, and according to our requirement we can select that whether you have to go for FDM, whether SLS, whether SSC, whether binder, jet printing, which one is suitable to you, that you have to decide. Other than tablets, hydrogels, facial mask, drug delivery devices, caplets, oral films, etc. are prepared by 3D printers. Some of the basic technologies that we are just introducing you used by 3D printer. Most widely known, that is FDM technology, fused deposition modeling. Then thermal inkjet printing, direct wise, zip dose, watt photopolymerization. These different type of techniques are developed. The name itself is giving us some basic ideas, but still I'll tell you something about that, so you can come to know that what is the meaning of this. First is FDM technology, is widely used in 3D printers, but according to our applications we have to select that. The process involves the selection of the desired polymer, which is melted and forced through a movable heated nozzle. Right? This nozzle is shown on the screen, and that is heated, through which this melted polymer will pass. Along the entire 3 axes X, Y and Z, the polymer is laid down layer by layer, which on solidification gives the exact shape as was designed by computer-aided design models. Multiple dosage forms like implants, zero-order release tablets, etc. that include polymer as a part of their formulations can be made by this method. Thermal inkjet printing. It involves the heating of ink fluid by the help of microresistor, thereby creating a bubble of vapor that nucleates and, upon expansion, forces the ink to drop out of the nozzle. Dispensing of extemporaneous preparation or solution of drug onto 3D scaffolds is an area where this technique can be employed. Inkjet printing. It is a powder-based 3D printing that utilizes powder as a substance on which layer by layer different combinations of active ingredients and ink is sprayed, which is of varying droplet size that eventually solidifies into solid dosage form. Direct wise. It encompasses a pattern generating device that moves as per the guidance of computer controlled translational stage so that layers after layers are put on in order to achieve a 3D microstructure. That is possible with this. Then zip dose. This technology provides a personalized dose in addition to the delivery of a high drug load with high disintegration and dissolution levels by manufacturing highly porous medium. What photopolymerization? It is light-induced polymerization where materials like photopolymers, radiation-curable resins, and liquid are collected in vat, which are successively cured into layers, one layer at a time by irradiating with a light source, thereby providing a 2D pattern layer. This involves techniques such as stereolithography, digital light processing, and continuous direct light processing. Depending on the orientation of the light source and the surface where polymerization of the photoactive resin occurs, this SLA is a stereolithography can be divided into two different configurations: bath configuration and bed configuration. Bath configuration is also known as a free surface approach, and bed configuration is known as a constrained surface approach. Benefits of 3D printer. You can see that on the screen. Is there any disadvantages or limitations of this 3D printing? Yes, then I will talk about that also. In inkjet printing, proper flow of ink can only be achieved with ink that has precise viscosity. Ink formulation material should have the property of self-binding but should not bind to other printer elements. In some formulations, when the ink does not possess adequate self-binding property or it binds with other element of printer, then the resultant formulation does not have required hardness. Its quality will get compromised. Rate of drug release may get affected due to binding of ink with other printer materials. So these are certain benefits or advantages and limitations of 3D printer. Which kind of medical applications in which 3D printing can be applied? Bioprinting of tissues and organs. One of the critical medical issues is the failure of organs and tissues as a result of accidents, congenital defects, aging, etc. And the current resolution for this problem is organ transplant from dead or living donors. However, only a few fortunate people receive organs and the rest die due to donor shortage. Moreover, the procedures for organ transplants are so expensive that it is out of reach of common people. Then, another problem with transplant surgery is that donors with tissue match are difficult to find out. Tissue matching is difficult. So the solution to this problem lies in the fact that the required tissue or organ should be fabricated using the patient's own body cells, which would decrease the risk of tissue or organ rejection. Moreover, the requirement for immunosuppressants will also be greatly reduced. In the conventional method of tissue engineering, from a small tissue sample, stem cells are isolated, amalgamated with growth factor and then multiplied in the laboratory. Then the cells are seeded into scaffolds that direct cell proliferation and differentiation into functioning tissue. Placement of cell with accuracy, digital controlled speed, drop volume, resolution, concentration of cells and diameter of printed cells are some of the additional advantages that 3D bioprinting offers over traditional tissue engineering. Unique dosage forms. Infinite dosage forms can be created using 3D printing, inkjet based 3D printing and inkjet powder based 3D printing are the two main printing technologies employed in the pharmaceutical industry. Microcapsules, antibiotic printed micropatents, mesoporous bioactive glass scaffolds, nanosuspensions, etc. are some of the novel dosage forms formulated using 3D printer. Personalized drug dosing, increasing the efficacy of drugs and at the same time reducing the chances of adverse reaction should be the aim of drug development, which can be achieved by using 3D printing to fabricate personalized medications. Oral tablets are prepared by mixing, milling and dry and wet granulation of powder ingredients, which are eventually compressed to form tablets. Till today, tablets are the most popular dosage form because of the ease of preparation, good patient compliance, and the accurate dosing, and because they are painless However, no method is available that can prepare personalized solid dosage forms like tablets. In the traditional way of preparing tablets, drugs can easily undergo degradation if proper guidelines are not followed. Complex drug release profile. In most conventional compressed dosage forms, a simple drug release profile, which is homogeneous mixture of active ingredients, is observed. Whereas in 3D printing dosage forms, a complex drug release profile that allows fabrication of complex geometries that are porous and loaded with multiple drugs throughout, surrounded by barrier layers that modulate release is found. Modulate release is found. Next, customized implants and prosthetics. One can find out jaws prepared according to the measurement of the patient. There are other organs also, there are other implants also fabricated with 3D printing according to the measurements given by MRI, CT scan, etc. Anatomical models for surgical preparations. In order to have successful medical procedures, knowledge about patient's specific anatomy before medical surgery is essential due to variations in the individual and complex human anatomy. 3D printed models have helped extensively in this respect, making them a vital tool for surgical methods. Customized implants and prosthetics. First 3D printed titanium mandibular prosthetics was implanted successfully in Belgium. Dental, orthopedic, maxillofacial, and spinal implants are manufactured by company named Layer-wise. They are using this technique to manufacture all the prostheses. Invisalign braces is another successful commercial use of 3D printing. One model is shown here on the right part of the screen. For liver transplant, Japan's Kobe University Hospital has used 3D printed models by using replica of patient's own organ to find out how to precisely craft a donor liver with least tissue loss. So these models are used in this manner. 3D printed model for calcified aorta for surgical planning of plaque removal was used by surgeons. so many other type of applications also studied or carried out that are listed. In pharmaceutics, different type of dosage forms prepared from 3D printer. Out of that, one is oral tablet. Materials like polymer filaments, hydrogels, or smart material polymers act as a drug carrier or excipients and are mixed with the APIs to produce biocompatible dosage forms suitable for drug delivery. Similar technique can be used for four-dimensional printing. Wait, somebody may think four-dimensional printing? Yes. Here, with 3D printing, one more characteristic that is belonging to the polymer. They are smart polymers or they are subject to change to other shapes once exposed to specific environmental conditions such as temperature, light, humidity, etc. If such kind of motion is found in the polymer, then this kind of printing is called 4D printing. Here multi-layered tablet is shown. There are so many pH sensitive polymers also available. When you are using that to prepare this tablet, then sustained release is possible to achieve. There are many pH sensitive polymers such as cellulose acetate phthalate, cellulose acetate trimethylate, hydroxypropyl methyl cellulose phthalate, that is HPMCP, used in preparation of drug or polymer matrix tablets. In addition, chitosan and alginate have also been employed to make pH sensitive formulations. Polyvinyl pyridine is also a pH responsive polymer which can be used for 3D printing. 3D printed oral capsules are often used for achieve gastro-resistant, immediate entering and pulsative drug release in oral drug delivery system. The gastro-resistance of a capsule is made possible by using a correct type of polymer film. Hence, 3D printing would be an appropriate manufacturing technique for capsules. Normally for capsules, FDM printing technology is used. Hydroxypropyl cellulose can be used as a base polymer in this application. Buccal wafers or Orodispersible films. These are the dosage forms beneficial particularly to the patients that have difficulty in swallowing the tablets, such as young children or very old age or elderly people, as well as patients who have needle fear. So this buccal wafer will solve that issue, can be prepared by 3D printing in high resolution and have been used to fabricate antibiotic 3D film patches made of polycaprolactam and polyvinyl pyrrolidone. Other type of dosage forms like beads and catheters, topical medication, transdermal microneedles, vaginal rings, and intrauterine devices, medical implants, inhalers, etc. can be prepared on 3D printer. What are the challenges in front of 3D printing technologies to apply in pharmaceutical industry? The first challenge is cost and accuracy. Pharmaceutical companies may be reluctant to invest as personalized medicine may reduce the market and therefore profit on their one size fits all drugs accuracy all drugs, right? Accuracy of the model is one of the challenge in 3D printing. When you are doing that, this kind of challenges are required to fix. In addition, 3D printing can be a time-consuming process, especially if the item to be fabricated is personalized in any way. Then it is very difficult or very tedious work changing the drug for personalized medicine. The drug content, drug release, and stability of a tablet can be changed by the method of forming, say, tablets. Drug stability and drug release, the interaction between polymer and drug distribution in the matrix are all things that need to be considered. Guidelines for 3D printing in healthcare, that is also a challenge because US FDA has not given any such guideline set yet for 3D printing in healthcare, and so quality control needs to be set up. There are other challenges 3D printing has to face. They should be considered when developing a product from 3D printer, including sterilization and demand. Sterilization may be difficult due to the small components of the 3D printer, and this may affect the drug quality. Because it is a pharmaceutical or medical application, sterilization is must. It may be difficult, but it is not like impossible. In addition, patients are not demanding the use of 3D printing or personalized medicine because they are unaware of benefits. So at the end, I would like to sum up my talk with this conclusion that it is a valuable and potential tool for the pharmaceutical sector. There are so many materials, polymeric materials used in these products prepared by 3D printer, leading to personalized medicine focused on patient's need. The one-size-fits drug strategy is very cheaper for pharmaceutical companies, but that is not very suitable for patients. When infants or very young child and very aged people, they are facing difficulty in swallowing certain size of tablets. In that case, this personalized medicine can help us to solve that issues. There are other advantages such as increasing the cost efficiency and the manufacturing speed, that is also with 3D printing. 3D printing has revolutionized the way in which manufacturing is done. It improves the design manufacturing and reduces lead time and tooling cost for the new products. So here we summarize that different fabrication methods and some notable applications of 3D printing in healthcare sector, especially in pharmaceutical sciences. Thank you very much.